Coming up on Sportsource, the UGA Women's Club Lacrosse team is chasing a national title after winning their 13th conference championship. And the Ice Dogs traded skates for golf clubs at their annual fundraising tournament. Plus, Olympic javelin thrower Mustafa Al-Sharif is making a mark at UGA in his first year with the team. Sportsource starts now. I am your host, Keisha Chestnut, and we're kicking things off with a dominant win in women's club sports. Sportsource reporter Paige Collin joins us now with a take on the lacrosse field where UGA women's club team is chasing national glory.
Thanks, Keisha. The University of Georgia Club women's lacrosse team is riding high after a huge milestone, winning their 13th Southeastern Women's Lacrosse League Conference Championship last week, defeating Clemson. With that victory under their belt, the Bulldogs are now turning their focus to an even bigger stage, the national championship. I caught up with the team to hear how they're preparing for the big tournament and what this moment means for the program.
Good. Jaws.
University of Georgia's women's club lacrosse team makes history, winning their 13th conference championship, but have not been able to secure the win in recent years until now.
Oh my gosh, I think the biggest feeling I got right away was relief. After we lost last year, it was really upsetting, and to know when you're the better team and then to go and lose a game, it sucks. It was so relieving to know that we were the better team and know that our hard work paid off and that we were able to get the trophy and actually win it this year and show everyone that we're the best team. It was relieving, but also really exciting. So.
Defeating Clemson, who they have faced many times throughout the season, fought a lengthy battle for the D1 Southeastern Women's Lacrosse League trophy. Vice President Alex Young describes exactly what went down.
And so this year, we were really prepared for them. We played them in the regular season. And the game ended up being really close. We started out, we were up 6 goals or something like that. And then by the end of the game, it was close. And so to finish that game out with my teammates and the way we were able to kind of come back and pull together at the end of the game was so much fun, and especially doing it with people that I've been playing with for so long, to win at the end of that game.
With the season nearly coming to a close, this team is more connected than ever.
I think definitely just giving our all is going to be the biggest thing. We only have so many practices, so coming with 100% focus and really trying to challenge yourself to be better and challenge the people around you to be better too. Having that chemistry, getting close with your teammates, because these are the moments where it really matters. We hang out with each other all the time. This isn't just we come to practice and that's it. In the spring, I'm with these people all the time, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Even though this is a club sport, there's undeniable talent, and the expectations continue to reach new heights.
I think when you play for a super competitive program, that's the expectation. It's not even something crazy we're striving for. When you make this team, you know that you're going to be playing in conference championships, you're going to be playing in national championships. And I think just for every senior class, the goal is to keep that going for the next years to come.
The Dogs stay on top, being #1 in the nation going into the tournament, but by no means are they finished without a national championship trophy in their hands. Kay shares what this win would mean for her.
I think it would mean the world. Oh my gosh. To be able to prove to ourselves and to everyone else that we are great players and that we've worked hard is going to be awesome.
Dogs on 3, 1, 2, 3, Dogs!
Reporting for the Carmichael Sports Media Institute, I'm Paige Collins. The passion driving this team is undeniable. Entering the tournament as the #1 seed in the Division I bracket, the Dogs have their eyes locked on the ultimate prize. With championship dreams in sight, the Bulldogs are determined to hoist the national title trophy on May 10th in Wichita, Kansas. Back to you, Keisha.
Thanks, Paige. What an incredible journey for the women's lacrosse team. Next up, Sportsource analyst Nigel Whittington and Laney Martin tells us about a few former Dogs who made big moves in the NFL.
Last night we saw 3 Dogs go in the first round, but there's been some later round picks that really shined in the league.
We'll be back after this break.
Welcome back to Sportsource. The first round of the NFL draft is in the books, and a few Dogs are already heading to the league, with more expected soon. But some of Georgia's biggest NFL stars weren't early picks. Here to break down how a few late round Dogs made it big are sports analysts Laney Martin and Nigel Whittington.
Thanks, Keisha. Every April, 255 players are drafted to 32 different NFL teams. And while a few Bulldogs like Matthew Stafford and Trayvon Walker were selected first overall, linebacker Tay Crowder, dubbed Mr. Irrelevant, was drafted with the very last pick by the New York Giants in 2020. During his senior year at Georgia, he led the team with 62 tackles. Most players drafted in the 6th and 7th rounds don't typically make the final roster, let alone start in an NFL game. But Crowder did just that, with 2021 being his best year. In his second year, Crowder started all 17 games, recorded 2 picks, and finished the season with 130 total tackles. Not bad for Mr. Irrelevant.
Tay Crowder's journey from the very last pick to a full-time starter is pretty incredible. But Nigel, he's not the only Bulldog who beat the odds and become a star in the pros, right?
That's right. For all these players, the expectations were exceeded, but very few could hold a candle to Hines Ward. The wide receiver was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 3rd round with the 92nd overall pick of the 1998 draft. During his time as a Bulldog, he was dominant on the outside, totaling 149 catches for 1,900 yards and 11 receiving touchdowns. But he really became a legend once he donned the black and gold. He holds the Steelers' record for catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Oh, in Super Bowl 40? Yeah, Ward had 5 catches, 123 yards, a tutty, and was named the MVP.
Hines Ward definitely set a high bar, but he's not the only Bulldog to shine on football's biggest stage. Laney, you got another name Falcons fans probably remember all too well.
That's going to be tough to follow up, but keeping with the trend of Super Bowl winning wide receivers, we've got to talk about Malcolm Mitchell. During his time as a Dog, he totaled over 2,300 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns in 4 years at UGA. In 2016, he was drafted with the 112th pick in the 4th round by the New England Patriots. And unfortunately for Falcons fans, he was a key piece in helping the Patriots overcome their infamous 28-3 deficit in Super Bowl 51. As a rookie, he recorded 6 catches for 70 yards in the big game and finished his first season as a world champion.
From making plays at wide receiver to dominating on defense, Georgia's impact is felt all over the field. Nigel, who's the next Dog that made a name for himself in the NFL?
Speaking of going back to defense, we're talking about linebacker Justin Houston. He was a force for the Dogs before he went 70th overall to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2011. But at Georgia, he had 125 total tackles, including 39 tackles for loss, 20 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception. He was a cornerstone on defense between the hedges, and he kept that up once he hit the league. He made the Pro Bowl every year from 2012 to 2015, including 2014, where he was named first-team All-Pro. Oh, and you know that thing when you hit the quarterback before they can throw the ball? A sack? Yeah. In 2014, he had 22 of those, the most in the entire NFL. He and those named before prove that if you draft from UGA, no matter what round, you're getting the best of the best. Back to you, Keisha.
Thanks, Laney and Nigel. It's been awesome looking back at some of the Dogs who made it big. After the break, we'll meet an Olympian making his mark at UGA. And later, we head to the UGA golf course for the Ice Dogs annual fundraising tournament. Welcome back to Sportsource. Now we turn it to Sportsource reporter Colin Miller, who joins us as he caught up with this UGA athlete bringing Olympic experience to Athens.
Thanks, Keisha. UGA javelin thrower Mustafa Al-Sharif is not afraid of the world's biggest stage. This is his first year with the Bulldogs, but he already has an Olympic appearance under his belt representing his home country of Egypt. I spoke to him about his experience there, his journey to Athens, and his future career goals. Take a look.
So, coming from Egypt to Athens, what really stood out about UGA to make you want to come here and compete with the team?
I think it's a good opportunity for me after the Olympics. The coach Babbitt, my coach, he texts me after the Olympics. I compete like the next day. He want me to come here to compete with the team and practice with them. I found it's a very great opportunity to be one of this team.
Yeah, nice. So, coming to the U.S., what have you found to be the biggest challenge you've faced adjusting?
I think everything here is challenge for me. I change everything in the same time. Not just start with studying, then the practice. No, I change the studying, the practice, the coach, my friends. I don't have my family here. Everything changed. The language, the English, not the first language for me.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. and already I doing for me a great successful last year to be one of the top 32 around the world in the Olympics. So it's been more challenging for you. You know, you want to continue this successful. You know.
Yeah. You just spoke a bit about English not being your first language. How
Yeah.
did you learn English? Did you know any English before coming to the U.S.?
Yeah, I know English from 10 years, but we don't use it in Egypt. You know, just if you have a job, you should use in a job, or nothing more. We just talk together in Arabic, so we don't need to use it. That's why you need to practice with English like every day. Now I'm much better than the last first day for me here. You know,
Yeah.
it's not easy at the first couple of weeks to start talk a new language.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now your English is strong, really good.
You think that?
I think so, yeah.
I hope that.
So, taking things back a bit, when you grew up in Egypt, what drew you to compete in the javelin? When did you start getting into the javelin?
Okay, I start from 2011, like from 17 years, something
Mhm.
like this,
Yeah.
16 years. So yeah, it's really long time, you know. um, I start practice javelin when I also practice handball. You know,
Mm.
handball it's a popular sport in Egypt. It's
Mm.
not popular here too much, but in
Yeah.
Egypt it's one of the popular sport. So I practiced both of them in the same time for 4 years.
Nice.
Then I choose to continue in javelin. So now I'm here. You know, it's
Yeah. Very nice. You spoke a bit about competing in the Olympics. What was it like? What was that feeling being on the world's biggest stage and getting to compete in the Olympics?
it different. You know, everything there different experience, new experience. You know, I think it will be also different about the world champion, because the Olympics is just event. It come every 4 years. It's not like year or 2 years. You be with the greatest athlete and coaches from all the sports from the all countries. So it different. You know, you meet with the different people, different culture, language, everything there different.
Hmm. Yeah. Was there anything that surprised you when you were at the Olympics, or were there any challenges that you faced that you weren't expecting to face when you were at the Olympics?
I don't think I felt something. It shocked me, but you know, just for me, it's like a dream. How I been here. You know, now you one of the greatest 32 uh, thrower in the world. You know, it's not easy now. For me, I'm 23 years, so I compete with a thrower older than me, 28, 30, more than 30, and the throwing far than me. So I just watch and learn from all of them.
Well, Mustafa, thanks for meeting with
Thank
me.
you,
It was
nice
a
to meet
great. It was a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you can tell, Al Sharif doesn't plan on ending his career with just one Olympic appearance. And based on how far he's already come, I certainly wouldn't bet against him. Back to you, Keisha.
Thanks, Colin. After the break, we went to the golf course to see how the Ice Dogs are raising money. And later, we took to campus to find out who is UGA's MVP. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sportsource. Now, from the ice to the tee, Sportsource reporter Avery Cameron takes us to the Ice Dogs annual golf tournament and shows us how the team is mixing fun with fundraising.
Thanks, Keisha. Last week at the UGA golf course, the Georgia club hockey team, the Ice Dogs, held their annual fundraiser golf tournament. This tournament is always right around the Masters and even allows the players a chance to score their own red jacket. Check out why this tournament means so much to their team.
The annual Ice Dogs golf tournament took place last week, where the University of Georgia Ice Dogs swapped their hockey sticks for golf clubs. At the University of Georgia golf course, the tournament is a key fundraiser for the club hockey team.
It's definitely a good time, an opportunity, to just get back with teammates, meet the sponsors. They do a lot for our team. So it's just overall a great event and a great day, just, being able to be with everyone.
Held each off-season, this tournament helps raise money for team travel, equipment, and other expenses. But for seniors, this year's event is more than just a fundraiser. It's a farewell.
It's obviously, you don't expect much coming in, but once you spend a few years here, you realize it's something special. You're going away every weekend, you're creating bonds with your teammates, and it's something that I'm really grateful that I was a part of.
It isn't just a fun day on the course. It keeps the Ice Dogs competitive year-round, especially in a sport where costs can pile up fast. It's also a rare chance for fans and supporters to interact with the players in a laid-back setting, minus the helmets and body checks. On the ice, they brought energy, leadership, and unforgettable moments. Off it, their teammates turned brothers.
Played here all 4 years, met a lot of my best friends. There's a great culture on the team, so everything about it was great, and I'll appreciate it.
And thanks to generous sponsors like Wesco, Hardman Enterprises, and many more supporters in the Athens community, proceeds from this tournament will help fund team travel, new gear, ice time, and more. It's not just about golf, and it's not even just about hockey. It's about a team that became a family, a community that showed up, and a tournament that makes sure the next generation of Ice Dogs keeps skating forward. Reporting for the Carmichael Sports Media Institute, I'm Avery Cameron.
Well, I don't know about you, Keisha, but if I could have a red or a green jacket, I think I might have to choose the red. The Ice Dogs really love being able to connect with those sponsors and spend quality time with each other off the ice. And this tournament is such a fun way to do so. Back to you, Keisha.
Thanks, Avery. I always love seeing the Ice Dogs bring the energy both on and off the ice. Next up, Sportsource reporter Poppy Marquez hits the streets to find out the students think who is the true MVP of UGA. Don't miss it. Welcome back to Sportsource. We wanted to know who students think is the most valuable player at UGA. Sportsource reporter Poppy Marquez joins us now with more.
Well, Keisha, this year has been full of championships, playoff games, and action-packed games across all sports. So with the academic year coming to a close, I went around campus asking students who their UGA athlete MVP is. And I even ran into some athletes along the way. These students gave such good answers, and it was such a blast. So let's take a look. So the question is, all right, with the academic year coming to a close and looking back on all the sports that have happened this year, who is your UGA athlete MVP?
Ooh. Oh, man, I don't know.
Of any sport.
UGA athlete MVP.
I'm really sorry, I don't know her name, but I know she was just named like the National Tennis Player of the Year or something, and she, you know, they helped win the SEC's.
Dasha Vidmanova?
Yes, shout out to her. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
I'm going to have to go with Dan Jackson.
Daniel Jackson from baseball or Dan Jackson from...
Both.
Okay.
Honestly, both, but immediately I was thinking Dan Jackson from football. Thomas Paulsill, UGA men's tennis.
Yo, love that. And why is that? Why is he your MVP?
He's a really nice guy, an amazing competitor. He's also their captain.
Well, I'm not going to say Carson Beck because he's a traitor.
Like, although he left, I would say Carson Beck. You know, he put a lot of fight. I think people give him a lot of crap, but he's a fighter, and yeah.
Blue Cane.
Hey,
without a doubt.
Blue Cane on the basketball.
Yeah. Blue Cane.
Okay.
All day.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Kane. I got it. Blue Kane.
I mean, I think in the SEC he's been one of the best spot-up shooters. Also, he's just cold. He's definitely the nicest dressed, nicest shaved head in the entire SEC. That's my goat right there. So.
Was he still your goat whenever he had the long hair and wore a bun?
Not yet, but he shaved and then started shooting. I think he ended up somewhere in the 30s from 3 to this season. So.
He was my guy this year. He was so fun to follow. So.
I don't know. He's the boy. He shows up in big moments. And I love his buzz cut. Thank God he shaved his hair off since last year.
You're not the first person to say that he became your favorite after the buzz cut. The question I've been going around asking people is, you know, it's the end of the academic year, and reflecting on all the UGA sports, I was asking people, who is their UGA athlete MVP? And so a lot of people said you, Blue Cane, for coming clutch in so many moments. So I was first going to ask you, who is your UGA athlete MVP of any sport?
Of any sport, probably that guy right there, RJ Godfrey. Just an unsung hero of the basketball team. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Just the unsung hero of the basketball team. Just an everyday guy, a great guy overall, and yeah, it'd be him.
Okay, cool. All right, Justin, he just hyped up your brother. Who's your UGA athlete MVP?
My MVP, I'll probably say Markel Jennings. Just, you know, comes and works every day, always has a great attitude, just, you know, he's just a great person all around.
Honestly, got to give it to Warren Brinson. I feel like he brings a lot of good energy to the team.
I'm going to say Nate Frazier, and I just think that he really stepped up to the challenge after Etienne was hurt, and I really just think that he played well.
I think just the fact that him being a walk-on player and just filling out his dream of going to UGA and playing in Sanford Stadium was awesome. And, you know, he put his head down and did the work and got there, and hopefully he's going to be drafted in the next couple of nights.
Malachi Starks.
And why is that?
He's a stud.
It would have to be the UGA gymnastics team. Lily, I can't remember her last name. Killed it this season. I've always followed UGA gymnastics. I love it. She did so good. Shout out.
Honestly, Silas, actually. Silas Damari. He's good, bro. He's really good. I like his bag for basketball.
Dan Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, he hit I forgot what game it was, but he hit a home run, and it was like, we needed it.
Let's do Gunnar Stockton. Came out of nowhere and performed pretty well in the SC Championship game. Sugar Bowl didn't go our way, but a lot of potential for next year and a promising future.
Dylan Punzenberger of the UGA hockey team. He's really good. He's a good friend of mine, and he's just slinging the puck around. So.
What about you, Don?
I'd probably say Evan Saunders, lacrosse club team. Really just a beast. Gets out there, has some fun. So.
Miss Caroline Mason, and she is our captain of Georgettes right now, but she's a senior and she's graduating, but I just think she's amazing.
It was so fun interviewing these students because it really showed that the passion and impact of UGA sports spreads far beyond the football team that Georgia is known for. We had answers ranging from the Georgette team captain, club hockey and lacrosse athletes, all the way to UGA men's basketball stars and women's tennis stars. So now we're wishing all these students and athletes a good luck on finals. Back to you, Keish.
Thanks, Poppy. After the break, we'll wrap up Sportsource. This is the final episode of Sportsource for the year. Sportsource will be back in the fall with a new team, but for us, this episode is bittersweet. We're graduating and moving on to the next chapter. Before we go, we just wanted to say thank you to Professor Lawson, who teaches Sportsource, and to the entire sports media faculty, Professor Michaelis, Suggs, Finley, Johnston, Jones, and Young. Your support and guidance and belief in us have meant the world. The sports media program hasn't just been a department, it's felt like a family, and we're grateful to have been a part of it. Thank you for everything, go Dogs, and goodbye for now.
Go Dogs!
So we didn't all